We drove for 21 kilometers on a dirt road from Kayunga town before we get to the 183 megawatts Isimba Dam. The dam cost $567.7 million, approximately 2.1 trillion shillings, to construct, with government of Uganda funding 15% of the project, while 75% was financed through a loan from the China Exim Bank. As a result of embankment and diversion that was created during the construction, an artificial lake has been created behind the dam, and this acts as the reservoir. The concrete dam has an inlet through thousands of gallons of water run as they turn the turbines in the 4 power units.
And it's in the turbine system where the water rotates the blades of the turbine. The technology or the science behind is that when a conductor is turned or is rotated in a magnetic field, it generates electricity.
Isimba Dam will add 183 megawatts, adding up to 895 megawatts on the national grid. However, during the high peak, Uganda consumes 600 megawatts, which begs the question, where will the rest of the power go? According to Simon Kasiate, the public relations officer for the Uganda Electricity Generation Company Limited, there are different plans to put the power to use.
Our grid with that of Kenya are interconnected, and they have been, and has been for a very long time. We also have an interconnection with the Rwandan grid. We also have now recently an interconnection, and we've also signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of DRC to also interconnect our grid. We also are planning to extend our grid to parts of southern Sudan. So clearly we are looking at this. In the short term, there's an interconnectivity, which means a bit of export. But we also know that internally there is increasing build of capacity.
Asked Kasiate how Kayunga, with a big fraction of the population that can't afford electricity, will benefit from the dam.
We've had jobs available for them. They've come here as masons, as plumbers, as woodworkers, as welders, as everything that there can be.
The dam was mainly constructed by the Chinese, and it is expected to last 100 years for the structure and 50 years for the power units that have the turbines. The Chinese will completely withdraw next year, leaving the project to be managed by Ugandans. Some local engineers are already managing the control center for the dam.
We have also exposed them to incredible trainings in China. We've taken them to Kafue Gorge in Zambia. We've taken them to CNR in France. We've exposed them to similar plants of this nature across the world and trained them.
Before the dam was constructed, some environmentalists had raised concerns about the dam affecting the waterfalls and the natural ecosystem around the area.
You cannot have an omelette without breaking a few eggs. How would you have a fried egg if you don't break some eggs? Yes, unfortunately, some falls had to be submerged, as it were the case when Narobade was built in the 50s. Ripon Falls was submerged. But you look at the ripple effect of the presence of the hydropower project as opposed to having falls.
Although all seems well for the dam that took 47 months to construct, Kasiate says there were some challenges registered over the course of the project.